Chapter 42. He soared into the air and swooped down at Jiang Ziya with his hammers. Huang Tianhua spurred his jade unicorn forward and intercepted him. The generals of the Zhou army were greatly alarmed to see such an evil-looking man, with a red face, a wide mouth and sharp tusks. Huang Tianhua was the only general that could resist him. When he saw that Huang Tianhua was riding a jade unicorn, Grand Tutor Wen realized that he must be a Taoist. He hurriedly urged his pure black unicorn forward to attack Jiang Ziya with his 2 gold staves. Jiang Ziya spurred forward his nondescript to meet him, and they battled fiercely. That was the first battle the Grand Tutor fought in West Qi, and he handled his staves with deadly skill. They roared like the wind when he waved them through the air. Besides, he was a great warrior with years of experience in the border areas. This made it difficult for Jiang Ziya to withstand him. Before long, Grand Tutor Wen sent his mail staff flying through the air. His 2 staves were transformed from 2 dragons, and they could fly with lethal accuracy. The staff descended directly on Jiang Ziya's shoulder, knocking him from his nondescript. As the Grand Tutor moved forward to behead him, Nejia sped up on his wind-fire wheels. "Don't touch my uncle, you damned wretch!" Nejia cried, and thrust at Grand Tutor Wen with his lance. The Grand Tutor had to defend himself with his staves, and as they fought, Xing Jia helped Jiang Ziya to safety. After 4 or 5 rounds, Grand Tutor Wen cast up his staff again and knocked Nejia from his wheels. Jingjia quickly jumped forward to rescue his brother and engaged the Grand Tutor with his sword. The Grand Tutor flew into a rage and threw both of his staves into the air, wounding first Jingjia, then Mujia, and Han Dulong. Observing his wonderful skill, Yang Jian fought his way out of the fray and engaged the Grand Tutor. The Grand Tutor noticed his uncommon appearance. With these remarkable people in its service, how could West Qi fail to revolt? He thought. He raised his staves to fight Yang Jian. After several rounds, the Grand Tutor threw his gold staves into the air again, and struck Yang Jian repeatedly on the head. Sparks shot forth, but Yang Jian was not affected in the least. The Grand Tutor was astonished. This man's extraordinary. He must have great magic powers. Meanwhile, Tao Rong was still fighting Wu Ji. When he realized that he and his brothers were gaining no advantage over their opponents, he hurriedly took out his wind-collecting pennant and waved it several times. A great whirlwind immediately howled over the battlefield, tossing sand into the sky and scattering stones and rocks across the ground. It blew off the soldiers' helmets and tore at their uniforms, darkening the sky and making it impossible to distinguish east from west. As Tao Rong waved his magic pennant, Grand Tutor Wen plied his staves like lashing dragon tails. Deng Zhong whirled his axe like a cartwheel. Jiang Jie swung his long lance, and Xin Huan soared through the sky, raining down blows with his hammers. In the chaos that resulted, the soldiers and generals of West Qi abandoned their drums and gongs and fled, leaving the corpses of men and horses all over the battlefield. Grand Tutor Wen won a great victory. As soon as he returned to camp, his generals came up to offer congratulations. "You've won the first battle, Grand Tutor, and have greatly disheartened the enemy. It'll only be a matter of days before we take the city." Jiang Ziya had meanwhile withdrawn into the city. Jingjia, Mujia, Nejia, Han Dulong, and many others were wounded by Grand Tutor Wen's staves. He said sadly to his generals, "Rest for a day or 2 and then fight another battle with Wenzhong. With the experience gathered today, I'm sure we'll win. Then we'll launch a surprise night raid." Yang Jian suggested. "That's a very good idea, General." Jiang Ziya said approvingly. On the 3rd day, they marched out of the city to the roar of cannons. Howling war cries, they gave a challenge to the Shang camp. Grand Tutor Wen immediately appeared with his generals. When he saw Grand Tutor Wen, Jiang Ziya cried, "Today, we'll see which of us is the better man." He urged forward his nondescript, and Grand Tutor Wen charged on his black unicorn. They fought fiercely, sword against staves. When he saw that Jiang Ziya was protected by Yang Jian on his left and Ne Jia on his right, Deng Zong galloped out to help the Grand Tutor, but was intercepted by Huang Feihu. As Zhang and Tao raced up, they were met by Wu Ji and Nangong Kuo. Xin Huan swooped down from the sky but was stopped by Huang Tianhua. In the midst of combat, Grand Tutor Wen seized an opportunity to toss his staves high in the air in an attempt to beat Jiang Ziya again. But Jiang Ziya snatched out his staff for beating gods and hurled it at the Grand Tutor's weapon. Jiang Ziya's staff was from Mount Kunlun. It had 24 joints, each inscribed with 4 charms for punishing gods. As the two collided, the Grand Tutor's female staff broke in two and fell to the ground. Jiang Sheng, you damned wretch! How dare you break my magic weapon? I cannot tolerate your existence any longer. Grand Tutor Wen shouted furiously. Jiang Ziya, however, tossed up his staff again and sent it crashing down on the Grand Tutor, knocking him from his black unicorn. Ji Li and Yu Qing rushed to his rescue, and he fled away on a dust cloud. Jiang Ziya and his generals followed with a massacre of the remaining troops before they returned to the city. At the military conference that followed, Yang Jian said again, "We'll win another victory if we make a surprise raid tonight." An excellent idea. Jiang Ziya approved. Everyone may rest now and come back in the afternoon. In the Sheng camp, Grand Tutor Wen was also holding a military conference. He sighed deeply. Never since I started my military career have I suffered defeat, but today Jiang Sheng broke the female staff that my master had transformed from a dragon. How can I muster up courage to face her again? Don't worry too much, Grand Tutor. His generals comforted him. Victory and defeat are commonplace to a warrior. That afternoon, all the generals gathered at the Prime Minister's mansion. Jiang Ziya ordered. Huang Feihu, Huang Feibiao, and Huang Ming attack the Sheng camp from the left. Nengong Kuo, Xin Jia, and Xin Nian from the right. Ne Jia and Huang Tianhua make the frontal attack. Jinjia, Mujia, Han Dulong, and Xu Ahu, you follow them up? Dragonbeard Tiger and Wu Ji, stay with me. Yang Jian, burn the Grand Tutor's grain supplies, and General Huang Gun, you guard the city. Grand Tutor Wen had been sitting alone in his tent, brooding over his defeat, when he noticed an air of violent death hanging over the camp. Puzzled, he instantly burned incense and made a divination. He read the results and smiled. "Oh, you wretch, Jiang Sheng. So you're going to raid my camp tonight? Don't imagine you'll succeed." He immediately ordered. Generals Deng Zhong and Zhang Jie, meet the assault from the left. Xing Huan and Tao Rong, meet the assault from the right. Ji Li and Yu Qing, guard the food stores. I'll protect the central headquarters. He thus made thorough preparations. Jiang Ziya's men made ready to move into action at the signal of cannon fire. They crept out of the city in total silence and took up their positions. Early in the night, cannons suddenly roared and cries arose. The attack began. Ne Jia and Huang Tianhua stormed the main gate of the Sheng camp. Huang Feihu and his brothers attacked on the left while Nengong Kuo, Xin Jia and Xin Mian attacked on the right. Did they meet with victory or defeat? If you want to know, please read the next chapter.